Sure. Great. All right, so I'm going to start it off. I'm pretty sure all you guys were here last year. If you're not, or last week. This is why I have my coffee at 10 o'clock at night. So this week on week 2, we're going to talk about partying and PRV, ways to party outside or ways to get PRV without partying, with partying, how to hostess coach, all these kind of things. I'm going to touch base on most of that, like party incentives, PRV outside of partying. And then Kylie is going to touch base on like how she parties, boards, types of parties, host convos, follow-ups, and all that stuff. Okay. So for me, talking about PRV, there's one thing. I am a very open person and I'm very blunt with all this stuff when I talk about it. I am not one of those people that's going to say the PRV is in the party 24/7, because it's not. It is to an extent, but you have to go outside of parties to get PRV. Partying and follow-ups are not the only way to get PRV. And I feel like when we start accepting that, like, I'm sure a lot of y'all in the same situation as me, I haven't had a single party since, I want to say, November. Like, literally haven't had a party. Not one single party. And the ones that I did have in November, they flopped, which is why I told Kylie, I was like, I don't want to talk about parties because yes, they worked for me at the beginning of the year, but right now they're not working. So I don't want to talk about it. Like, that's just me. So what I do want to talk about is outside of that, because that is where I'm thriving at, is outside of parties and how I'm getting PRVs and stuff. And my follow-up system is not great. So I know it's not in the follow-ups for me. So if you're new, you've been here for a while, whatever, I'm going to give you some ideas. Okay. First and foremost, one of the things that Rachel told me, like when I joined way back when, and I was like, how do I get new customers? How do I grow? Okay. You've got to get on social media. I'm always going to be an advocate for this. I'm going to be big talking about this. Social media is where your platforms are nowadays. It's where people are growing their businesses, their network marketing businesses, their personal businesses, whatever. You have got, like, we are a network marketing company and a business and a small business. We have got to reach past our VIP pages and get to like talking to people outside of our community and our group. We've got to build our own community. Okay. Now, am I saying go be an influencer on Instagram? No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not for everybody at all. But what I am saying is, if you're unintentionally scrolling, you're missing an opportunity to be successful. So for instance, you're scrolling social media and maybe you're seeing reels or you're on TikTok or whatever, and you see, the same girl over and over again that you love a reel or TikToks, whatever. Well, are you just watching and liking them? Are you going to comment on them? Are you going to start engaging so that people start seeing your names? Because listen, the more that someone sees your name, the more likely they are to go to your profile and see what you're all about. And then if your profile has Scentsy or whatever in it, there's an open door right there that could open up anything, a new customer, anything for you, a new teamie that rocks it out. You have no idea. So for me, when I started Scentsy, and I failed the first 10 months and I came back in, I went straight to social media. I remember when Rachel told me to go live on Facebook or like do a live unboxing, and I was like, you've lost your damn mind. I am not showing my face on social media. That's absolutely, I mean, literally, y'all would not even guess if the fact that I do all these reels now. 3 or 4 years ago, I did not show my face on social media. I would like have half a face in. I'm not going to bend over all the way, but I would have like half a face in the screen because I felt like my face was too fat, where I would like, oh, I don't have makeup on right now, I'm not going to show myself. Oh my God, I definitely didn't have a bra on like yesterday in my videos, like literally didn't even care. I was like, well, I don't have a bra on. This is great. Okay. And I still posted it because I just don't care. Like, I don't care what people think about me. But I will tell you, when I started and I jumped back in, I did not grow my team off of a VIP page. I did not, like, when I hit director in 2 months, and I think I recruited almost 20 or 25 people in those 2 months. It was a lot of people. It was not from my VIP page. It was from me I literally stuttered so bad in my first video. I will never forget it. It was so embarrassing. It was so bad. But I got on social media and I started sharing in my stories. I started sharing that, like, about what Scentsy is, about doing samples, all these things. Simply just getting in my stories with my Instagram that had like 700 people on it. And then I went on my Facebook profile, not in my VIP. I went on my Facebook profile and I was doing unboxing and live sniff sessions. And I was like, come join my VIP page over this way. start with your personal page. And if you have a VIP page and you're trying to get other people, do an unboxing on your regular personal Facebook page. That's a good way to bring people in to get PRV, because then they might catch your live and say, oh, what is she smelling? What is she doing? You know, whatever. Let me go to her page. And the next thing you know, they're new on your VIP page for 2 weeks, and maybe they buy something. That's a good way to get it. I started sharing about the business, and I started sharing about the products. Like I said last week, 2 products every day for 2 weeks. And I literally did that, and I sold oh my God, I sold so much Scentsy Fresh and Counter Clean. It was stupid, like so much. It was insane. That is still my top product that I sell to my customers, but they are watching you. Even if they don't show up, I have on my stories, when I post stories, I have anywhere from 300 to 700 people watching my stories. Do those people buy my stories all the time now? No, but I do have people at least twice a month will text me and say, hey girl, I've been watching you diffuse for 3 months now. I'm ready to buy a diffuser. Like, you never know when that one special will come up, like our diffuser special, or something will pop up where they're like, okay, damn, I've been watching her do this for this long. I want to jump in now. Let me jump ship and let's do this. So all of that to say, social media, it is big. So whether you have 5 followers or you have nobody, or you know, your VIP page has 15 people, get on your personal Facebook page. Get out of the norm. Join groups. That was one of the things. If you're a mom, join mom groups like me, mom groups of Virginia Beach, dog moms of Virginia Beach. Now I'm in cat moms of Virginia Beach. Like, you can join in these groups. Now, I wouldn't go in there and say, like, I'm a Scentsy consultant, buy from me, because that's just like way spammy. I would go in there and I would actually truly engage with the people, not engaging to get a sale, but engaging to really just talk to them. One thing with groups is the more that you comment, the more that other people are seeing your name. Same thing with like social media, okay, like Instagram or whatever. So the more you comment, the more your name will get brought up, and people will get to your page and they're like, oh, you know, what's she all about? Whatever. And so that's a good way. So all of that to say, social media, I will always say that time and time again is one great way. It's out there. That's where you can meet hundreds of people. Okay. PRV, family and friends. I would always start there. So yeah, you may have like 2 friends, and maybe your one friend did a party for you. And then I would reach out to her and say, hey, do you have another friend that would maybe do a party for me? Or would your mom do a party for me? You just never know. Okay. I literally always get like the moms that have parties. Like, I'll have like one of my friends do a party, and then the next thing you know, her mom wants to do a party for all of her friends and stuff. And those are like the best parties ever. Those are my biggest parties. Those are like money spenders. Especially the grandmas always buy so much in parties and stuff. It's crazy. So get with your family and friends. And if you've already gone through your family and friends, then that's when I would start reaching out to your family and friends and asking about their family and friends, literally asking again, but in a different way, not saying, hey, do you want a party? But hey, do you think you could ask 2 of your friends to host a party with me? Or if they want some free, ask them if they want some free and half off Scentsy. And if they host a party with me, I'll send you a wax bar for free. There's a great incentive. That's in compliance. That's out of your own stash if you want to. That's a fun way. You could also do fundraisers. I have not yet done one. I searched last year and I could not get anyone to do it, but my kids starting school this year. My plan is to do a fundraiser with their middle school or the elementary school. But what I want to do is a kind of a fun way to get them, even if you have kids, getting them involved, or if you have neighbors, do a fundraiser and go door to door, like Girl Scout cookies. Go door to door with your kids. Have flyers available. Wendy Heath Newgas. I'm not going to preach on fundraisers because I've never done one, but I know the concept. I know how to do one. I just couldn't find one. But Wendy Heath Newgas, she's on YouTube. She has great fundraiser videos. Like, she just posted one a few months ago and they're phenomenal. And she has like PDF files to go along with like fragrance flower fundraisers, counter clean fundraisers, scent circle fundraisers. So you can like literally print it out and it's ready to go for you to do a fundraiser. So that's really a fun way to do that as well. Go into your neighbor's house, events. So local events here in Virginia Beach, they were all sold out, all flipping fall, from the same Scentsy person. Every weekend, everywhere, they're sold out. So I could not get a booth anywhere. for the life of me, but events are great. Sometimes they charge you for a booth, sometimes they don't. It just depends. Do you have to have stock on hand for those? I would say yes. If you have the money up front to, buy the wax bars, room sprays, the smaller items like counter clean, dish soap, bulbs, scent circles are great. Those, like, they get snatched up more than warmers will. You got to start them small, and then people will start merging out to warmers. I always start small. So events are great. And listen, Facebook parties are flipping dead right now. I don't know if y'all are feeling like that. Who here has, like, Kylie, has anyone in the comment chat posted about how many parties they've had on Facebook here recently? Is anyone successful in Facebook parties right now? You can shake your head no or something. Kylie is. Okay.
I have one right now going on, and then I think one or two more this month. They're hit or miss right now.
So
But
I have none. I have a whole stack of follow-ups. When I send my follow-ups out, I text my customers. So I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow to try to book some parties this month. But yeah, Facebook parties are not it for me right now. So my goal this year, I have it on my personal, like, business goals, is to do 3 home parties this year. That is my goal. 3 home parties, 2 events, 1 fundraiser. That is, like, my biggest goal, because that really gets you out there. Like the farmers market, the Scentsy person that was there, she must be so lucky, because she looks like a booth at the carnival with all of her 50,000 Scentsy buddies hanging down and her 50 warmers. And I'm just like, I couldn't do that because I don't have that stock on hand. Like, that's insane, but you don't need all of that. So that's a good way. But home parties, if Facebook parties are not where it's at, let's go back to home parties where we used to gather friends together with wine and cheese or whatever, and have everyone smell all the testers and try the products out, and bring towels to the home parties and throw them in the washer real quick with washer whiffs and let them smell at the end of the party. Like, we used to do all these things, and we haven't done them in I don't know how long, because it's just the world, COVID. We went to Facebook parties, and I think now it'd be a fun way to get back into doing home parties. So maybe make that a goal for yourself to do a home party. That's going to get you PRV and new people. Kylie, were you trying to talk? I saw your hand up.
I put in the comments. I was going to say Jennifer Anderson on YouTube is really good to check out for events. She does like the Salem 2-week long events, and she does like huge events in the fall and winter.
Oh, nice.
She does have a ton of, I mean, she's huge. She gets a ton of stock, and like she sells it. But something else I was typing up was something that SSDs in our groups have always told me is, yes, it's awesome to sell things at events, especially because you generally are paying to be there. But they've always said, think of it as an outreach, think of it as a way to connect. Think of different ways you can connect with people without them spending money, whether that means you're giving a scent circle to everybody that comes and talks to you, you have a raffle, you just take their contact information, whatever it may be. Make sure that you're getting contact information for people, because they've always said that's just the biggest thing about events. Isn't going to be about the sales, it's going to be about how many people you connect with. So just make sure you're writing down like names, and that could be where your raffle comes in, like their name, their email, their address, their phone number. Are they interested in Scentsy? Have they done Scentsy before? Whatever. But yeah, that was the only thing I was going to say about events, was check out Jennifer Anderson and use it as a way to connect. Don't think of it as like, I have to have a bunch of stock and I have to spend all this money. Just go with a few things and use it as like an outreach for people.
Yeah, use your incentives, use your, like, this month there's double rewards. So stack up the parties, and in the end of the month, use those half offs for, maybe do 15 cent circles for all 6 half offs, and you're only spending what, $7 per 6 scent circles. And you could, if you do an event, that's a great idea, is giving scent circles out. Hey, if you want to join the raffle, enter your contact, I'll give you a scent circle. Or here, make sample baggies. Like, that's very cheap. Make sample bags, give those out. Like, you could do so much stuff with that. I'm really pumped because I was not proactive this year, or last year. So this year, my goal is during the winter months and like whatever free products I can get, I'm going to be using on stocking up so I can do these events. That's my goal. Because that is a good way to get new people outside of like your circle. And I think that's super cool, even like smaller, like vendor events and stuff too. But home parties, I really want to get back to and try again. social media. And then, okay, so let's just say, I think Kylie's gonna talk more about follow-ups, but let's say you book parties and you do vendor events and you have people that want to book parties with you, whatever it is, hostess coaching is super important. Okay. If you don't hostess coach, your party is going to be a flop, and that sucks for everybody. Even if you hostess coach correctly, honestly, if your host is not into it, it's not going to work out. Now, for me, I like to do party incentives. If you are newer and you don't, or not even just newer, if you don't have the money to fork out on party incentives, then you don't need to worry about it. Okay. This is something that I feel like if you're in the space in your business to do it, then that's great. Like usually I would do like a one-on-one. This cannot be communicated on like outside of like your VIP. Actually, it has to be one-on-one. It can't even be in your VIP page. You can text someone and say, hey, would you want to get some freaking half off Scentsy if you host a party with me? I'm going to buy you a mini warmer once you hit $300 in sales. You can do that as long as it's one-on-one. You cannot do it outside of that. You have to stay in compliance when it comes to that. It's out of your pocket and that's it. Okay. If you post about that, outside of it, you could get written up or compliance finds out, whatever. So has to be communicated one-on-one. I always do incentives. I usually do a mini warmer or a 3-pack of wax or like a cleaning bundle. Usually I can tell by what my customer buys, what I kind of want to offer them. If they've bought 5 warmers from me, I'm not going to offer a mini warmer. I might offer them a 3-pack of wax. And then usually if their parties are over 500, I'll bump that up to a 6-pack of wax, but I'll use the perpetual party reward. So I'm only paying $15 for that 6-pack of wax. But if your party is at 500, you're getting 30% of that if you're over 2K. So, I mean, $15, that's a tax write-off, and that's nothing out of what you just made off that party. Like, that's just pennies, right? So I like to do incentives and then offer that. But if they don't hit rewards, I don't let them feel bad. I'm like, hey, we have 2 more months to get, or, we have 3 months total to get you to rewards. You didn't get it now, but we'll just, keep your party link open. And when you purchase the next couple months or your friends purchase, they can use your link and we can just rack you up for the next 2 months. Like, make them feel okay that the party didn't do good, but hostess coaching is important. So for me, if I'm doing a Facebook party, mine are 3-day long. And what I'll do is I'll open them up a group on Friday. And I will introduce myself on Friday. I will send them, add them to the party or add them to the page, the Facebook like private group. And I have this thing in my notes section on my phone that I'll copy and paste. And I will say, hey, and I'll change it to like their party link, the day that it closes, yada, yada, when it starts. And I'll copy and paste it and send it to them. And it pretty much just says something. I'll be like, hey, I want you to copy and paste this to 20 of your closest friends and families. And it'll say something along the lines like, hey girl, I'm having an online Scentsy party with my girl, Courtney. I would love for you to join. Here's the link to join. Let me know if you're interested, something along the lines of that. And then all they have to do is copy and paste it. If you are relying on them to come up with something to say to all of their friends, they're not going to do it. I have been there. Literally, I remember when Rachel told me to do a party for her before I joined, and she just dropped off a bag to me and I just put it in my work lunchroom and left it there for 2 days and didn't talk to anybody about it. And to be fair, I wasn't hostess coach very well. Like, she was like, hey, here's a party, bring it to your friends and your friends and families or your work, and they'll buy from you. And so I was like, cool, I'm gonna go put it in there and everybody will buy. And nobody bought. Nobody. I had 0 in my party. Okay. And to be fair, I think Rachel was newer too. But I feel like if I had like something to text to maybe my friends and families or whatever, because I wasn't a salesperson then, so I felt like very salesy to walk around and say, hey, buy this at my party, like, here you go. So make them, like, you have to tell them, like, or you have to give them something, in my opinion, to help them, move it along. Like, copy and paste is very quick and easy for them, right? So hostess coaching is great. And then what they'll do is they'll add everyone into their party. I always say I want a minimum of 15 people. I usually don't do parties if it's under 15, because 15 is kind of like the low end. 25 is a hot spot. Like, that's when my parties do great, at 25. And then what I'll say is, hey, I want you to find a hype man. I don't care who it is, your sister, your mom, your brother, whoever, best friend, and let them know if they comment on all the posts and they hype it up or whatever, I'm going to send them a scent circle in the mail. That's what I do. Okay. That way you have 2 people that are going to be hyped up about it. So I'll say, hey, do this. excuse me, and I'll say, hey, you know, I also know that we all work all day, we have kids, whatever. So if you can't comment on the post every single day, all day, that's fine. But please take 15, 10 minutes at night to go back, tag your friends. If your grandma loves cows and I post the cow warmer, go tag her in it and say, hey, grandma, this is for you. If your sister loves, well, I don't even know, whatever, then tag her in it. If she loves stuff to smell good in her car, tag her in the scent circles, whatever it may be. So hype woman, hype man, hostess coaching. And then what I also would do is I will message everyone before the party begins. So I open it Friday, have her, add her to it, do the intro, and I'll say, hey, you have until Monday evening to add all your peeps in. So I give her all weekend and Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's 4 days to add everybody in. Okay. And then what I'll do is like Saturday and Sunday, I'll just do one post each day that I have scheduled, like what is Scentsy, welcome to the party. Monday, I'll say, how do you know your host, or how do you know your host, or where did you meet her from, whatever. And then party starts tomorrow. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I post. Friday, I close it out and or talk about, hey, it'll be closed out on Sunday. And then I'll leave it lingering. But I will message everyone on Monday night, an actual private message. I have an intro on my phone, literally just saying like, welcome to the party. Thank you for joining. Have you tried Scentsy before? And then that way it starts a conversation. Then I open up a Word document and I'll have everyone's name. I have, so-and-so's party. And then I'll have everyone's name. And then as they respond to me, like, oh yeah, I used Scentsy 3 years ago, but I haven't used it in years. Washer Whiff's my favorite. I'll go make a mental note of her name. Or so-and-so says, yeah, I have a consultant, already, but I'm going to support my, my sister or my friend. So I'll be buying from this party, but I have a consultant. So I'll go make a note on her thing saying, don't blow her up. She has a consultant. I'm not a customer stealer. So I will respect that. And then I'll let her know like, hey, I'm still going to send you a thank you mail just because that's what I do. And I appreciate you supporting me and your friend, but I'm not going to sit here and blow you up and say, hey, buy from me again. So like, that'll be the end of the road. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to come back to me. I've had this happen so many times where like, wow, you send samples. Wow, that thank you mail was so great. I want to buy from you from now on because you're very informative. Like my consultant doesn't even tell me when there's specials or sales or anything like that. Like they're my VIP page now. So it's a good way to open the door to even more people and then keep notes on those people too. So that's how I hostess coach and how I engage with my potential customers in that party. And then on Saturday night or Sunday morning, I'll message them again saying, hey, party closes out tomorrow. Either thank you for your purchase. Here's my VIP page. I would love for you to join. Or, hey, here's my VIP page. It closes out tomorrow. Here's the link to order. And that's what I do for my parties. And I'll leave it at that. So that's kind of what I'm going to wrap it up with. Kylie. Wow, I did good. 25 minutes, Courtney. Whew. Man. Unmute yourself.
My bad.
You're good.
I said, hopefully I can do the same thing because I tend to talk, especially if I'm low.
So I hope y'all got that.
Let's see. I'm just pulling on my notes or else I will squirrel.
Does anyone have any questions while she pulls that up? I loaded on my
Feeling good.
Oh, also I will tell you too, really quick. I do lots of grocery pickups, Target pickups, delivery, ship shopping, every single delivery. Although Rachel, like Ray, her sister-in-law is a DoorDash or somebody, a ship shopper. And I always get her and I'm like, I need somebody new so I can get them some Scentsy because I'm not going to give Scentsy to your sister-in-law that buys from you. It's giving away free stuff. So I always get her sister-in-law, but that's a good way doing pickups, going to Starbucks. I have to reload my car, but I usually load my car up with samples. I'll even do like a wax sample or washer whips or get like the Luna hand, like in the consultant store, you can spend, what is it, like $5 for a 10-pack of like hand soap, lotion, and just take that and staple it to your business card and put put 20 of them in your car. And then every time you go to a Chick-fil-A drive-through, Starbucks, wherever you go, pick up your groceries. Hey, I'm a Scentsy consultant. I would love, here's this. I would love to know what you think. Text me and let me know if you like this. I don't know, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Wendy is all about like getting contact info, but I'm like, if you're in Starbucks, I'm not really going to be like in the line, let me get your number. Like, here it is, and we'll see if it works. Like, So anyways, that's my thought.
I pulled up my sticker as well on Canva that I made to go with that. Can you make it so I can share my screen? It says that you've disabled screen sharing.
Oh, I did. Hold on.
I don't know how to do that.
Ooh, let me see. Me either. Hold on. View, edit. Pause recording. I disabled screen sharing. What do I do?
I don't know.
Services.
Hold on, guys. Technical
I know.
difficulty.
Sorry, y'all. You can tell how many Zoom calls I do. Silent share. Oh God, I don't know. Show chat. Hold on. Screen. Does anyone use Zoom?
Host disabled participant screen. Maybe make me an admin or whatever they call it.
Okay.
Maybe share the.
Hold on. Spotlight. Here we go. Allow to record. Make host. I don't know. That's gonna.
Sorry, guys.
I know.
Okay.
Really
Well, while she tries to figure it out,
yeah,
I'll just talk about something else real quick that I have on here. So the types of parties and 3-day setup. I actually got a lot of new ideas from Courtney because there's some things that she talked about that I personally don't do, and there's some things that I do. So for my 3-day parties, to kind of spin off what she was just talking about, is I talk to my host, I tell them, and I'm going to show you guys this on boards. I have it all on boards for you to use. I give them a little spiel of like, our goal is 500. You only need 200, but we're really going to shoot for 5. Look at Asia's got us. She's got our back. And then like we go from there, and I'll do it for 3 days. I tend to start them on Sundays and run into Wednesdays, and then we try to close their links on Friday or Saturday. And I feel like that gives people a chance for like payday to happen. They've seen everything. And I offer 2 different options. So for my 3 days, we either just straight do posts for 3 days, and they usually are like every 2 to 4 hours. Or on the last night, I also offer where it's going to be the same posts and the same schedule, but then I add a live video and I call it my showcase. And I do a Scentsy showcase, and people love it. And I hop on for like 35, 40 minutes, and I showcase big products that we have. So I showcase a regular warmer, a mini warmer. Sometimes I'll walk around my house and just show how I have them in my house. I showcase our wax, cotton cleanups, diffusers, purifier, all the good things, laundry, and I literally just talk about them like briefly. So I do show them, a little bit more in depth through the purifier and the diffusers, but then laundry, I kind of go over like the basics. And people seem to really like it. And I make sure like, hey, they need to be active. If there's not at least 3 people on there, then I'm not doing it. I go live so people can rewatch it, but I have noticed that when I do those, people are more inclined to ask questions. They're much more excited. They're already on. They're able to kind of see things in action that they can't get through pictures. And it's very interactive and very fun. And it gave me a much better interaction just in general with those parties. And what I also did was I would message everybody like the night of, and I would remind them, like, I hope we see you. It starts at this time, blah, 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 whatever I wanted to say. And just like Courtney, I message people. I don't message them before the party starts. I message them like 24 hours into the event, like, hey, thank you so much for being a part of it. This is what, this is who's doing it, blah, blah, blah. I might say something like, what did I say for my last one? I was like, hey, thank you so much for being a part of Phoenix's Scentsy Bash. I know we're both really grateful you're a part of it. Have you ever tried Scentsy before? That's how I started it. I just said, have you ever tried Scentsy before? If they said yes, I said, oh my goodness, that's so exciting. What's your favorite product? I left open-ended questions so they can talk to me. What do they like? And then they tell me, like, oh, I love that product too. If they told me they liked car things, I'd pass it on, like, oh, have you tried the mini fan? I love the mini fan for my car. Why? Because pods, they can only get pods through Scentsy, right? So I'm opening that door to different things. And I'll even say something like, oh, what are your favorite fragrances? So now I know as the party's going on, what are these people looking for? And it gives them that sense of like, recently I've been getting so many random texts and Facebook messages from people who I don't know them, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, thanks so much for joining this Zaya party," or whatever it's called, or this Pampered Chef party. Here's my link. I saw you didn't order yet. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not even on this group. I don't think. So why am I getting this message from you? Because I haven't seen anything about it. Second of all, if you're leading like that, that's a little dirty. Okay. They don't know anything about me. I haven't interacted once with that group. I'm not even technically a part of the group, right? So I have gotten a much better response when I just started things like, hey, thank you. We're really appreciative you're here. Have you tried this product before? Is there anything specific that you're interested in? And just getting their feedback, right? Let them lead the conversation. So, going a little bit more into the 3-day party, you guys will see mine. I'll talk about that a little bit more when I share my screen. But there's a couple different types of parties as well that you guys can look at. Besides Facebook parties. Courtney mentioned a couple, but some other ones to think about are text parties. Um, I have never really had wonderful success with them. However, I know a ton of other people have. And you basically just find somebody that's willing to text like 30 people, the same thing pretty much, and go from there. The other one I know that's a text party that I also haven't done. However, I've had other consultants talk to me about it, was a project broadcast party where they the hostess found like 10 people or 15 people or however many people to say yes to a text event, but instead of the hostess doing it, the consultant did it via project broadcast. So they added the people that said yes into like a camp. If you're not on project broadcast, this might not make a whole lot of sense, but they got added to a campaign, which is basically like a text blast group that only they would receive these texts. And like every couple hours for like 2 days or 1 day or something like that, there were texts going out about different products to these people who knew this was going to be happening, right? So they weren't just blindly being added. They knew, hey, over the next 48 hours, you're going to be getting a lot of text messages and then it's going to be done and you're going to get a link. And I've heard some people are having luck with that. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I definitely would be willing to try just because, yes, I do have some Facebook parties, but I think they're my first Facebook parties in like 2 months. So those are two other text options you can look into. There's another one going around with Facebook Messenger where it's basically a text party, but instead of the hostess leading it, they find people who are willing to be added to a group chat. And the Scentsy consultant then in that group chat for like an hour or two is just every few minutes like, hey, here's a blurb about this product. Here's a blurb about this product. Here's a blurb about this product. Here's the shopping link. And then everybody shops. So those are there's Zoom parties. People are doing like fragrance flower Zoom parties. So the hostess finds people who want to buy a fragrance flower or 2 or 3, because we have a 3-pack, right? They all get delivered. They all order their fragrance flowers, and then like 2 weeks later, they schedule a Zoom, and everybody gets onto the Zoom, and they like color their fragrance flowers on the Zoom. And the consultant, as they're all coloring these flowers, uses that as an opportunity to discuss other products, the joint opportunity, the host opportunity, just get to really know these people a little bit more intimately versus posts. So those are some other ones I can think of. I know there's one going around right now, that document one, the scroll party. I don't know a whole lot about that. But basically people are making like a Word document, right? A scroll, and they're sending that out too. And they're like, hey, it's got all their information. It's got, 2 or 3 different highlighted products on there or specials. It's got the shopping link for the hostess. And people are just making this document super personal. I personally would probably make it on Canva and then create it as a link myself, just so I have a little bit more creativity in that. But people are doing that. And I think those are some really cool options because people like quick and fast and easy. And I don't care what anybody says about the hosts having to do a bunch of work, I think the hosts can do minimal work and be successful because that's kind of how mine go. And I have pretty successful parties a lot of the time. I tell my hosts, you don't need to do anything except invite your people and keep them active on the group. Whether that means you're tagging them or commenting, that's all they have to do. I don't make them do all kinds of crazy things because then they're not excited anymore. Okay, I know right now I'm doing a party and I'm the host and I'm never the host. I'm doing it for her because she did a party for me and I, want to bless her back. And I have to go and invite people. And now I'm the person, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. Right. So think of it in like, if I were the hostess, what would I want? I would want somebody to give me information. I would want somebody to help script it. I would want somebody who's kind of holding my hand through the process because they're not familiar. They're not familiar like we are. They're not comfortable. This is uncomfortable territory for them, just like it's uncomfortable for us, except we're the ones who have more knowledge in this. And so a lot of my people, and I'll also show this to you on boards, is I say, hey, if you want, I'm more than happy to help you come up with a message to send to your people personally. Because a big thing is making sure you are personally inviting people. You're not just clicking the buttons, like, right? So these parties that I'm being added to, what they're probably doing is going right down their list. I don't know I'm a part of it. And so now I'm getting all these random MLM people messaging me like, thank you for being a part of this party. And I'm like, but I'm not, right? So be really intentional, okay, about messaging people, about staying intentional with building those relationships and making sure your hostesses are personally inviting. Okay. Do you guys have any questions right now? Okay, I'm gonna go into convos and follow-ups and then I'll really get into boards and setting up parties and everything like that. The best thing I can say is the simpler the better. Okay. So I will make a post sometimes of like a product that I know people aren't gonna want to spend money on, like the air purifier. I recently made a post about that. I know most of my people don't want to spend $250, but what do? Hey, well, why don't we, if you want this, why don't we try to get it to you for half off, right? And I open that up in a conversation with them in the sense of making them feel like they're getting more out of it. So you're gonna spend 250 now, but if you spend the 250 and we use the same link and you sell 250 more, you're gonna have X amount in half off and 75 or 85 or whatever would end up being in free, and you're gonna be saving so much money. So those are really important ways too. And that's not pulling one over their heads. That's just reality of, okay, well, let's get you to 500, either spend the 250 and you only need 250 in sales, and then you have all these rewards to use, or let's get you to 500 in sales and you're going to get this for $125. And a lot of the time people, I've had it go either way. I've had people like, well, I'd rather spend the 250 and get a bunch of little stuff for all this half off and free. And I've had other people be like, well, I'd rather see if I can get to 500 and then pay half. So think of different ways you can do that. Another really amazing thing going on right now is uh we talked about it last week, party links. They don't want to have a party, that's fine. Give them a link. Let them shop from their link. They're more likely to spend the money when they know they're getting something in return. And if I say, hey, once you hit 200, which I mean, you're probably going to hit in a month or two anyways, you're going to get free and half off products. And they're really excited about that. So I lead simply with, do you want free and half off products? Do you, if that's too much for you, why don't we try to get it to you for free? And I'll post some screenshots of conversations I've had because I've found that a lot of the time we word vomit and people get scared of word vomit. I don't give them more information than they need. Okay. So I'm not like, hey, Susan, so I want you to have a party. And if you have a party with me, this is everything I'm going to do for your party. And this is everything that you could potentially earn. And these are all the tiers of rewards, but I really want you to hit 500 so you get the most. But don't worry about 500 because you could hit 200 and still get rewards. And I'm gonna run your party for about 5 days, and I just really need you to, make sure that you invite all of your friends." And, like, I don't go in this whole thing. I say, "Hey, you wanna have a party? Or do you wanna have a Scentsy social? Or do you want free and half off products?" They say, "Yes," or they say, "I don't know." I'd be like, "Okay, what's holding you back?" They tell me. I go from there. I say, "Okay, well, it's not gonna be a whole lot of extra work for you. I know you're really busy. So as long as you take the time to invite your friends and just make a comment here and there during the day, like, I got the rest handled. I'll do the rest for you, and then you're gonna get free and half off products." And a lot of the time they're like, "Oh, okay, well, that sounds like I can do that." Then I'll say, "Okay, I have 2 options." I have an option where I do a, Scentsy showcase, which is just a, live video at the end of your event, and people really like it. You and your friends have to come to it, but then I showcase, a bunch of different products, and you guys can kinda see a lot closer. Or I just make posts for 3 days. It's completely up to you, and then they'll tell me which one they want, and I say, "Okay, that sounds great. How does, in 2 weeks on this date and this date to this date work?" And they go, "Okay." And then I connect with them that next week, and I'm like, "I'm so excited for your event next week. How you feeling? Do you have any questions?" And we go from there. So just making sure that you're being super simple and super excited is going to be the best way. Follow-ups. These are new customers, right? When they order, they're new customers. And don't disregard the people that aren't ordering in this party, okay? The reason I say that is because I've had plenty of times where people don't maybe order in that party, but they order a few months later. I add every single person that joins the party on Facebook, whether they add me back or not. Doesn't always matter. But there's gonna be a few that do add me, and they're watching, they're hearing, they're watching me, they're seeing me with my products, and they eventually do buy. Sometimes they already have a consultant, sometimes they don't have a consistent consultant, sometimes they host. That's how I got my second party this month. Was the first party I had, she couldn't afford to buy what she wanted, and so I booked a party with her, and now she's having one this coming week. So those are some different things to keep in mind. Is avoid the word vomit. I don't even tell them half the time that they need 200 orders. I just say, "Okay, our goal for you is 500, our minimum goal is 200." And that's all I say. Okay, I don't go into the details. And if they get under 200, I say, "I'm so sorry you didn't hit 200 like we talked about, but I'm going to still gift you this," or, "I'm gonna put some orders attached to it for you, and when it does hit 200, I'll let you know, and you can still get a half off item," or whatever that might look like for them. So, if you do have questions, put them in the comments. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show you boards. It's gonna take us a little bit more in depth with my party layouts, and my host coaching, and I'm gonna show you a couple more things on there. You guys are going to get this for access. Um, I'm gonna tell you a couple housekeeping things with it. Because you guys are getting the link, just make sure that anything that is my team, you're being careful that you're not passing on my team expectations with your team expectations, because they might not match. You are more than welcome to copy this. You can, once you kind of figure out boards, you can create a copy of a board, and then you have the capability to edit it to fit your needs. And if you need to do that with your team, by all means do that, and you can change it up so that it fits what you need. Otherwise, feel free to utilize all of the resources in this, because this is what it's for. I have pictures on there, different things for teammates, different things for club, the party layout, new consultant information, all different stuff. So I'm really excited to dive into this with you guys. Um, oh, of course, it's going to tell me I need to do this. Okay.
It should work.
Okay.
I let you do it. Is it working?
Yeah, my computer's just doing all kinds of interesting things. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. It's Zoom would like to record this computer's screen. Okay. Okay. It says it's recording, so hopefully it is. So going to what Courtney said about her like this service and everything. Um Can you guys see this little side thing? Is it in the way? There. Okay. So I made this, and I'm putting it on 2x4 stickers and putting this on scent circles, and this takes them to my website. It's got my project broadcast number because I don't give my personal number out to customers unless it's a VIP customer that I like have a really wonderful relationship with. And this is going to waiters, waitresses, people at the grocery store, whoever I feel should have one, I guess. And I keep like 5 on me at a time. And I thought it was really cute. It's got a recent picture of my family. It has my social media. It has a phone number. It has my website. So they now have 4 ways on this to connect and contact me. And they can see our faces, which makes it much more personal than if it was just my logo. So with that, let's talk about what you're really here for. Let's talk about boards. This is really obnoxious, this little thing. Is that in your guys' way or can you still see? This is my team board. My team is Scented Snitches, Harry Potter nerd, that's where the name came from. And this is an app and a web page. You're looking at the web page view. The app literally looks exactly the same. I love the app because I can upload pictures from my phone much easier on the app versus downloading it to my computer and then uploading it via the web page. The other reason I love the app is because I can turn boards into a keyboard option. So can you guys see that okay? Okay. So if you hold down, this little, if you have an iPhone, I don't know how it works for Android, but if you hold down this little thing here, you can see all your keyboards. It says boards. Now, everything you're seeing right here on my webpage, you're also able to see it looking pretty much exactly like that on my phone keyboard. And you can just copy and paste that right into your social media, your text, whatever. And it's so amazing because now I don't have to think twice about what I want to say. It's coming directly from what I've made. So starting with new consultants start here. First things first, it talks about, my team, things we do, my new consultants. You can upload YouTube videos to this, and they are going to be learning all of the dirty details first and foremost, right? So they're learning all of this in this one document, okay? Even goes through how to use host rewards. It even, I have how to make a party link on here for them, tips, scam email, how to enter orders on Workstation, different things to know with orders. And this is a way for my teammates to answer simple questions, whether they're new or seasoned, or they don't know where to start with training their people. It's just a really great tool that my team has been utilizing to learn how to maybe do things a little bit differently. I also have it for reinstatements. Okay, so if you're a reinstatement, they have pretty much the same thing, but a little different because as a reinstatement, you've already been a consultant before. I even have like a Facebook post, cut out for them if they want to copy and paste. Would I prefer them to copy and paste it? Not really, but that's okay. This is like top things for them to do when they first joined again. So this is a really cool thing that you guys can utilize for your team. Content for social media. So like this needs updated, but this was just different things for September that were maybe more like salesy or details like this or that, stuff like that. I have product photos of spring and summer, fall and winter, LTO. So you open this up, you got January host, you got bring back my bar, you got Valentine's Day. And I upload things as I get them. It also houses, instead of me having all of my pictures on my phone like I used to, it also houses all of my old licensed pictures. So if something comes on sale, I can come straight to boards and see if I have pictures of that product before I even go anywhere else. I can see if it's here. Okay. So
Kylie,
these are really cool. Yeah.
Hey, can you like copy? So I know you said you keep them on here versus
Mhm,
on your phone. Are you so whenever you post these to like your VIP, like say for instance, bring back my bar, and you can't find a picture of it, so
mhm,
you come here to bring back my bar. Can you do you like copy, like just hover over copy, then
mhm.
paste it to your Facebook, or do you have to save
Yep.
it to post
Nope.
it?
So can you guys, if you guys can see me,
Yeah.
so this is like, oh, let me open up product photos. So say I'm gonna post bring back bars. Okay, I have this in my keyboard. This is Facebook. I literally click the picture. It's now copied. I hit paste, and that picture is now right on my Facebook.
Mm.
Yep,
Did
it
you
does the
pay for
same.
this?
No, it's free.
Oh my God, this is great.
Yeah, and it does the same exact thing with words, and I'll show you guys that in just a little bit. Um, so like this is like every single product we have. I do personal scent crates. I made a little alert because some of these pictures have my business information on them. So you might not want to use all of these pictures because this does have some of my personal stuff. I do tend to keep it very neutral. But I'm doing scent crates and a lot of my team wanted more ideas. So I added all of my pictures I have. This was like my December one. You don't want to use this picture unless you're really, really great at editing because it right and center has my picture on it. But there are ones on here that don't. But if you need ideas for scent crates, I even put those up there. Um, all of so holiday bundles, all kinds of good things. If you keep scrolling, my Google Drive is on there that you guys have access to. Information on annual sales and mentor, information on joining, how to sponsor, um, parties, party flipping, like how are you going to flip a party, verbiage. But what I wanted to show you guys, and if you keep going, like there's team stuff. I made a bunch of stuff for compliance. I mean, there's just tons. Keep going, personal specials, promotions, income disclosures, commission, whatever you may need.
And you said you can share like a template link for this, or like a
You guys will have this exact board. And
oh,
then what you'll do is you'll hit like copy board. I can, if you guys like want to do this, you can always privately message me. Um,
and then we can make it our own kind of thing, right?
yep. And then you can go through and like edit as you need. It's very user friendly. Literally, I learned how to use it by clicking buttons. So like you click on one of these and you hit edit, and then like I can make a title or add whatever I want. Um, you can add all kinds of like a folder, a page, an image, text, YouTube, PDFs, whatever you need to. So this is all information on parties, okay? Messages to host. So like this is just very generic. Hello, I just set your group up. Make sure you're personally inviting people and not mass inviting. If you add too many, Facebook will block you for spamming. If you want me to send you an example to text, you can. I know people are so busy, don't feel like you guys can go through and read all this, but this is going through. Oops, this is going through some really good things. So I have this message typed up in case my person needs help creating a message to send to people. Look how short it is, guys. Okay, keep in mind, look how short this message is. This is for my hostess to send to her people. Super fun online sent social for my friend Kylie. The party starts blank. Super excited. Would love to have you be a part of it. Browse, shop, look around. It's gonna be fun. She's gonna do giveaways. I would love to have you be a part of it. So here's the link to join my party on Facebook. So all I have to do for this message then is add their link. Okay. Um, final message to the host, but I also have, and it's somewhere else, booking parties. Okay, I have booking scripts. I have a message for them redeeming their rewards. And you can change this up. I don't always use it and make it sound exactly like this. Sometimes I copy and change it up or whatever it may be. So it even talks about what they can't get with it, what you're gonna have to update, like the flight of the monarch and things like that. But it's okay. So just utilize this, guys. Like there's so much stuff on here. Okay. New teamy launch outline. This is if you have somebody, you don't have to, but I help my teammates with launch events. So I created a launch event outline. What I tend to do, I've been slacking a little bit, but what I tend to do is the day before the party starts, I go through and I make all my posts and I schedule them. And I'm not really thinking about it the rest of the time, except to maybe comment if people are asking questions or keep people, whatever is happening. So this is going to look very similar to this next outline I'm about to show you, just in terms of if this person is a consultant versus me being the consultant. Okay, so that's another thing. So 3-day party outline. I created this file so you can use it to create your own Scentsy socials. I am giving you my entire content. This is literally exactly what I use. Don't feel obligated to keep it word for word. I'm all about sounding like yourself. These are written to sound like me. Remember, this is my board, my team board. You guys can utilize it, but it's going to sound like me. I encourage you to change it up, add your own creativity, change what you need to, but use this to whatever extent you need to. With that being said, please do not use my photos. I have myself, my family, or anything in mine personally. My dogs, my name, my child, my face, whatever that may be. You do have access to my board. So, just be respectful of that. And make sure this is personal to you. And I do have that little disclaimer that if I see or hear people of using my pictures of my face, if it's my picture of like a warmer, I don't care. But if it's especially my kid or my dog or something like that, or myself, then I will remove you from the board, and I really don't want to do that. That's my little blurb. But I have my Facebook description in there. You can I insert the shopping link. You just have to like change, their name. I do it for 3 days. So if you do for 5, you have to change that. I have party games on here. So if you like to play games in yours, you can, use these and create your own, game on your parties. And then it literally goes party post 1. I always start out with just an intro of the party, of a picture of the host. I always say what their goal is. I always want to know, how do they know the host? And I just kind of make it fun. Your girl, Courtney is Scentsy obsessed, wants to introduce you to all the best smell goods. So that's kind of how I start it. I post this and the next couple posts the day before the party officially starts. So people are coming in and they're coming in seeing posts. They're not just seeing a super blank group and not knowing what's happening. They're seeing posts, they're seeing people they're familiar with. Then the next post number 2, that's me. Okay. That's my example. Don't post me, guys. Post you. But it's saying, thank you so much for being a part of the bash. Then I do some little blurbs about what is Scentsy, right? Some people might be using Scentsy. They might not know a lot about it, or they've never used it before. Then I tell them the party's closing when and another place to put the link. Post 3. And this is my actual intro of myself. They need to know who they're buying from, right? They need to know what this is and who you are. So this is where you guys are going to be creative, because you don't need to tell them you're married to Jeff and that you have Harper, and that's not your life. So this is where you get to really tell them about yourself. What do you like? I even talk about, I joined in July of 2019. It really changed my life. My goal is to create a personalized scent experience for each and every one of you. One of my favorite things. So I'm even putting in there like that little bit of that join. Why would you want to join? Why am I a leader? Why do I do this? Without ever once in this saying they should do that. Okay. And then I post pictures of my family. Then your next post, and these, like I said, are all the day before. So I post all these starting maybe about 9 a.m. the day before the party starts, all the way until about 7 o'clock at night, just like a few hours in between, and whatever works for you in that. I'm not going to walk you through. I do this at 10 a.m. I do this at 12 p.m. That's up to you, and whatever works for you is figuring out those times. I tend to do starting at 8 a.m. until about 6 p.m. and I just evenly space them through the day. Then I do a notification post, okay? And you can absolutely use this. Shows them exactly how to set up their notifications so that they're able to see everything happening in the party. Then I start out with another game. Let's play never use Scentsy or tell me your favorite products. You guys can use any of these, that don't have this as my info. You don't want to use that, but let this give you ideas too. What kind of pictures can you take of yourself, right? What can you add that would make it you? And then the next post is starting out that next day. I do put on here what time I post. Some of them are pretty inaccurate. So like this is party post. Where was it? This is the first post of the party. So it's 8 a.m. And then the next post is scent of the month or a Scentsy special post. So like this month I'm posting the diffuser special. I'm not focusing on scent of the month because the diffuser special is more PRV. I feel like the diffuser special is a little bit more special than the scent of the month, warmer of the month. So I'm just putting those in with like my warmer posts. But this month I just created a little blurb that was like, hey, get a premium or deluxe diffuser, 12 oils, and did a little blurb about that. And then as you go through, I'm not going to go through all of these, but it goes in a good consistent order of like you're talking about wax and you're talking about another product and you're talking about some more. And this is all the posts for my 3 days. Okay. Last post, the party's officially closed. Thank you so much. I tell them what the person earned, if they earned, their rewards. If they didn't earn rewards, that I don't post this. I say, thank you for, being a part of the party. So and so really, enjoyed it. She's still blank away from her first tier of rewards. If you're still looking, whatever it may be. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to catch up on. I don't see comments when I'm doing this, so I'll read those in a little bit. So just be careful that you are reading verbiage so that you're not posting things that are inaccurate to the parties that you're having. And this is my daughter probably 9 months ago now, 6 months ago. And this was a hit. When I post pictures of her with Scentsy, people in these parties were going wild. They were like, she's so cute. I can't believe you're letting her play with the wax. And pictures of your kids with our products, you'd be surprised how many how much communication that opens up between you and your customers, because I'm like, well, yeah, she's playing with the wax, it's not going to hurt her, right? So be mindful of what you're posting. So like I have the kids line. If you do have pictures that you want to add, like cotton cleanups, I'm posting about cotton cleanups and parties. I'm posting about Scentsy goes and all these things. So if you want, I do have successful parties most of the time. So if you want to use this outline, by all means, once I share that link, go for it. This is all for you guys to use. I try to get, recent updated images and I try to put them in here. So whatever, you need to do with this is for you. And Boards is super user friendly. She's a model. Thanks, Courtney. So, did you guys have any questions about Boards? Did I explain it enough? I am not, a super tech savvy person. So there's a lot I don't know about Boards. I will tell you the most annoying thing about Boards is organization of these little things. Okay. I'm not even going to show you, but like you click and drag and then everything moves over. And so that is literally the most annoying thing about Boards. I'm just going to be completely honest. But that annoyance and just having to work through it is totally worth how much information this gives you and how much use it can give you with your teams. So I think that's everything on my agenda.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So for the new consultant startup, like how you had that whole setup for like new consultants and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you share this entire board with them, or is there a way, like, do you copy that one section and like how does that work for new teamie?
So this that I'm looking at right here,
Right.
I'm posting this for them.
Oh no, not that. Sorry, not that.
Oh,
Whenever they first
this.
joined, yes.
So I go to add members and anyone with the link can join the board. And so then I copy the link and I literally just shoot it to them. Let me see where you at. And I literally just shoot it to them in in like a text or an email.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here you go. Here's the board. You're gonna see a big thing that says new consultants start here, whatever it says. And then I literally just send it to them and I say, wait, come to me with your questions. Now, this is, of course, after they've gotten my email, after we've had a little bit of a conversation, like they're just not going to this board blindly, but it seems to be really helpful because I send them like my, big long welcome email. They have the Google Drive. Then I send them that. They come to me with questions and that opens up the rest of our conversation.
Oh, so then you
This
can
is
tell them,
also
like, hey, go to here and here, and you have resources everywhere.
Yep.
Now, are
you
they
can
gonna
also
be
go into this and you can also go in. This thing is like obnoxious. And you can, so this is how you guys will copy link. And you could copy like this specific part and send it to them. I make them work for it. I give them this and I say, it's going to say new consultants start here at the very top. Click it and you're there. And that's how I give it to them.
Now, as you change, so
Mm.
you said when you share the board, somebody can they make a copy of it themselves. That way they can make it their own, like remove your pictures, add their own pictures.
Yep.
Now, since they made a copy, whenever you update yours, it's not going to update ours, correct? Okay, just wanted to make sure that was right.
Yep. So you could make a copy of mine and like rename it yours, and you can keep mine. So like I do have another board where I call it personal pictures, where I have like more personal business pictures, even though there's some on those party posts, but these ones are all like specifically me, right? And
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I have like my own personal pictures. I have pictures of like orders that I've done on here. My internet's being slow. Like past orders, things that I've done. So I also have that nobody has access to this one but me.
Right.
Because nobody's going to want to use these pictures. They have my name, my logo, all my stuff all over it, right? So nobody's going to want to use these. Like these are all my personal things.
Now, how about to Instagram, Kylie? Can you copy these to Instagram or do you have to save them?
That's the one thing that I'm hoping eventually they fix is all I do though, you can't copy it to like Instagram, but I just literally screenshot and then crop it and then do it. And it literally is not, I used to have albums, like thousands of pictures from Scentsy on my phone. And this is still easier. And then I just delete it and it's still in my boards. And like I have pictures of me with like the teams on here. I have the income disclosure close on here. I have like all these things on here that I don't think anybody else is gonna, benefit from. So you can always take my board, right? Copy your own and edit that up to how you want. And you could always keep my board. And as I update it, you can copy, you could click this and hit copy and move it to your board and paste, right? So now I have this one in my personal. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you could redo it as you want or just update it as you go. So it's very, 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 very user friendly.
Dude,
like I said, the only annoying thing is like the organization of it. Because like once I move this, then like the rest move. So that's the only, but once you got it, you got it. So,
right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're such type A and I love this. See, I'm
very type A. Can you tell?
No, I love it. Like I'm organized, but I'm not organized like this because I think I like the creative aspect too much. So I focus more on like the emojis and like getting things cute and perfect and making all the flyers. Right. But the fact that you have it all like this, one, obviously I would be so thankful to share with me because it would save me probably 5 years of doing this. But two, now I get to work off of it. And I'm totally doing this I'm tired of like having to go in my Google Documents and try to find a new consultant launch and trying to find my images on my phone. And then I save all the images and then I forget to add it to an album on my phone. So I scroll back 5 years. I have 11,000 photos on my phone. Like,
Yep.
it's too
I
much.
was running into that same issue. Also you can take Canva stuff and you can like download that and you could upload it to here. So there's so many different things you can do. Like I said, the only annoying things about it is you can't like save an image now you can save an image from your computer on the web page to your computer, but you can't save from your phone on the app. Like I said, I just screenshot it and crop it. Nobody knows the difference. It doesn't take that much time. And then I can just go delete the image after I'm done posting it.
Oh my God, I love it.
So yeah. Anybody, let me go look at the chat. A lot of people I know are getting off because they're
It's late.
tired.
I might do a
That's
poll for next week to see if you want to move it to 8 o'clock my time, if you're good with that. I don't know if you're good with that though, Kylie.
I mean, 7's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Harper goes to bed around 6:45.
Okay, I might see if people want to do it earlier and see if we get more of a response that way too.
Yeah. So, anybody have questions before we get off? I'm glad Taylor seems like she could use this. Jamie, are you yes, Jamie's still on here. You can do this from your phone for sure. I used it from my phone. Primarily I use it from my phone. I use it from my computer when I'm doing like giant updates on it, but it's just as easy to do on your phone. Yeah, Pinterest but for Scentsy. There's also a Facebook page that you can join that's literally nothing but boards. It's pretty quiet right now, but there's some good videos on there that show you how to do stuff. Bailey Kunath made it. I think I've already shared it in the group, so you guys can do that if you want. Oh, I'm so excited. You guys will have to post and comment and let us know what you think of boards, because at first it was intimidating to me, but now I'm like, oh, it's super user friendly. I'm a big fan of just going and pushing buttons and learning what they do. And that's how I typically learn stuff. So
Yeah, it's
all
freaking
right.
awesome. It looks sweet. All right, let
Well,
me end
I'm
this.
glad you like it.
How do you end the screen share?
Well, you can message me if you need help.
Here we go. All right, y'all. Yeah, if anyone has questions, drop them below. But
Facebook page. I'm gonna check if I shared it because I might have shared it already. And if I did, I'll tag you on it, Elaine.
yeah, make a post about it or something. I'm pumped for this.
Okay, I did already share it. So if you go on to the page, there's a post that I made. Facebook does this new thing where videos are now like, it's obnoxious. But anyways, I made a video like this showing you my board. If you click on the description on there, it has links for my team's board and the Making Sense Facebook group board.
Okay, let's see.
So,
You posted it to our page?
yep. Just type boards
Oh,
in
I
the
see it.
top.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
I don't know how to make them stop doing the videos like that. It drives me crazy. I don't love it.
That's all right. Sweet. Okay.
It says it's a reel, I guess.
All right,
But
y'all.
it's not.
Screen share the end recording.